The security guard pressed play on the footage, and what they saw made every single person in that room freeze. On the screen, clear as day, was Justin Bieber, walking through the back entrance of St. Mary's Hospital at 2 a.m., alone. But wait a minute. This footage was from 2 years ago, April 3, 2024, Chicago, Illinois. Lisa Chen was cleaning out her late son Daniel's hospital room when she found it. A shoebox hidden under his bed. Inside? 47 Polaroid photos. All of them showed Daniel in his hospital bed, smiling, laughing, and next to him in every single photo was Justin Bieber. Lisa's hands were shaking. "What? What is this?" she whispered. But here's the thing, Daniel had been paralyzed from the neck down since he was 16, a diving accident, and he had passed away 3 weeks ago. Lisa had been with him almost every day for 2 years. She never saw Justin Bieber, not once. Let me tell you what really happened. June 2022. Daniel Chen, 16 years old, was at the lake with his friends. They were celebrating the end of school. Daniel climbed up to the highest rock. Everyone was watching. "Danny, that's too high," his friend Marcus had shouted. But Daniel just smiled. He dove, perfect form, until his head hit the hidden ledge underwater. The doctors at St. Mary's Hospital were clear. "I'm so sorry, Mrs. Chen. The damage to his spine is severe. C4 vertebra. He'll never walk again, never move his arms. He'll need 24-hour care for the rest of his life." Lisa had collapsed in the hallway that day. Her husband had left them 5 years ago. She worked 2 jobs as a nurse, and now her only son was paralyzed. Daniel's first words when he woke up? "Mom, just let me go. I don't want to live like this." Lisa cried for 3 days straight, because she understood. What 16-year-old wants to be trapped in their own body? But then something changed, something nobody could explain. One morning in July 2022, Lisa came to visit Daniel. The nurse, Mrs. Patterson, pulled her aside. "Lisa," she said quietly, "something strange happened last night." "What do you mean?" "Daniel was smiling this morning. Actually smiling. He asked for breakfast. He wanted to watch TV. I haven't seen him like this since the accident." Lisa ran into the room. And it was true. Daniel's eyes were different. There was light in them. "Honey," Lisa said carefully, "did something happen?" Daniel looked at her. "Mom, I had a visitor last night." "Who? Your friends came?" "No." Daniel's voice was soft. "Someone else. He sat with me for 2 hours. We talked about everything. Music, life, hope." Lisa was confused. "Who was it?" Daniel smiled. "He made me promise not to tell. But Mom, he's coming back next week. And here's where it gets crazy. Every Wednesday night, 2 a.m., like clockwork, for 2 years. The night nurse would see Daniel's light on. She'd peek in, and Daniel would be talking to someone. But by the time she walked in, the visitor would be gone. "Who keeps visiting you?" Lisa asked again and again. "A friend," Daniel would say. "He asks me to keep it private." Lisa tried everything. She asked the security guards. "Did anyone sign in to see Daniel Chen?" "No, ma'am, nobody." She checked the visitor logs. Empty. She asked Daniel's friends. "Are you guys sneaking in at night?" "Mrs. Chen, we wish. But the hospital is locked down after 10 p.m. Lisa even stayed up one Wednesday night. She hid in the family waiting room across from Daniel's room. She watched. At 1:45 a.m., she saw a figure in a hoodie walking down the hallway. But when she ran to catch him, he was already inside Daniel's room with the door closed. And by the time she worked up the courage to knock, 30 minutes later, he was gone. The window was slightly open. He'd climbed out the fire escape. "Mom, please," Daniel had said the next day. "Don't try to find out who he is. He'll stop coming if people know, and I need him." The desperation in Daniel's voice stopped Lisa cold. So she let it go, because whoever this person was, he was keeping her son alive. 2022 became 2023, then 2024. Daniel changed completely. The boy who wanted to die became the boy who wanted to live. He started online classes. He learned to use voice-controlled software. He started a YouTube channel about living with paralysis. His first video got 3,000 views, then 10,000, then 50,000. People were commenting, "You're so inspiring. How do you stay positive?" My brother just got paralyzed. Your videos are helping us. Daniel would spend hours recording videos with just his voice. Tutorials about adaptive technology, honest talks about depression, reviews of wheelchair-accessible places in Chicago. His channel became a lifeline for hundreds of paralyzed teens. My friend told me something, Daniel said one day. He said being trapped in your body doesn't mean being trapped in your life. Lisa cried happy tears. Because whoever this mysterious visitor was, he had saved her son. But then, March 15, 2024, everything fell apart. Daniel got pneumonia. Aspirated pneumonia. For paralyzed patients, it's extremely dangerous. Mrs. Chen, the doctor said, his lungs are failing. We're doing everything we can, but… No, Lisa begged. Please, he's fought so hard. He's come so far. That night, Lisa sat next to Daniel's bed. He was unconscious, breathing through a ventilator. At 2 a.m. she heard footsteps in the hallway. Then the door opened slowly. Lisa looked up, and her heart stopped. It was him, Justin Bieber, wearing a hoodie, baseball cap, mask, but she recognized him immediately. "I'm sorry," Justin whispered. "I didn't know you'd be here. I can come back." "You?" Lisa stood up. "You're the one who's been visiting Daniel?" Justin froze. For a moment he looked like he might run, but then he just nodded. "For 2 years?" "Every Wednesday," Justin said quietly. "I missed 3 weeks when I was on tour in Europe, but otherwise, yes." Lisa couldn't speak. She just stared. Justin walked closer to Daniel's bed. "Is he…" "Pneumonia. The doctors don't know if he'll make it." Justin's face crumbled. He sat down next to Daniel and took his hand. Well, he just held it, because Daniel couldn't feel it. "Hey, buddy," Justin said softly. "It's me. I know you can't hear me right now, but I'm here, like always." Lisa watched as Justin Bieber, one of the biggest stars in the world, cried over her son. "Why?" Lisa finally asked. "Why my son? You don't even know us." Justin wiped his eyes. "Can I tell you something?" Lisa nodded. July 2022, I was in Chicago for a show. The concert ended. I was exhausted. My manager wanted me to go straight to the hotel, but I don't know. I felt like driving, so I told my driver to just drive around the city. Justin paused. We drove past this hospital, St. Mary's, and I saw a kid through a ground floor window. He was in a hospital bed, completely still, just staring at the ceiling. And I thought, that could have been me. "What do you mean?" "When I was 17, I was racing ATVs with my friends in Canada. I crashed, hit a tree. The doctor said I was 1 inch away from severing my spine, 1 inch, and I'd be paralyzed just like that kid in the window." Lisa felt chills. "I couldn't stop thinking about him," Justin continued. "So the next week, I came back. I found out his name, Daniel Chen, room 304, and I just walked in. At 2 a.m. so nobody would see me, so it wouldn't become a circus." "What did you say to him?" "The first night?" He was so angry. "He told me to leave. He said he didn't want pity from some famous guy, but I told him…" Justin's voice broke. "I told him about that ATV crash, about how scared I was, about how I still have nightmares about being trapped in my own body, and we just connected." Lisa was crying now. "Every Wednesday for 2 years, Justin said. We talked about music, about girls, about his dreams. I watched him transform from a kid who wanted to die into a kid who wanted to live." Justin wiped his eyes. "One night, maybe 3 months in, Daniel asked me, 'Why do you keep coming back?' And I told him the truth. I said, 'Because when I'm with you, I remember why I'm alive. When everyone else sees Justin Bieber the brand, you see me, just me. And that's the only place I feel real anymore.'" "He saved you too," Lisa whispered. "He gave me purpose, Mrs. Chen, not the other way around." Daniel died 4 days later, March 19, 2024. At his funeral, Justin stood in the back. Nobody recognized him. After everyone left, he walked up to the casket. "You saved me too, buddy," he whispered. "Thank you." Lisa uploaded the Polaroids to Daniel's YouTube channel the next week. She wrote, My son Daniel passed away last week. When I cleaned his room, I found these photos. For 2 years, Justin Bieber visited my paralyzed son every Wednesday at 2 a.m. Nobody knew. Not the media, not his fans. Just a broken kid and a superstar who cared enough to show up. This is what real love looks like. The post went viral. 5 million views in 12 hours. 20 million by the next day. People were in shock. Justin Bieber did this for 2 years and never told anyone? The comment section exploded. I've been a fan for 10 years and I'm crying. This is who Justin really is. My cousin is paralyzed. She's watching this on repeat. Thank you for showing her hope exists. Everyone talks about cancel culture, but nobody talks about this. Real love in the shadows. The hospital released security footage. 2 years of footage. Justin arriving every Wednesday. Alone. No cameras, no publicity, just showing up. In one clip, you can see him carrying a guitar. In another, he's bringing Daniel's favorite pizza. In another, he's just sitting there, holding Daniel's hand, both of them watching a movie on the hospital TV. Celebrities started posting. Ariana Grande, this is the Justin I know, this is his heart. Selena Gomez, Daniel and Justin both taught us what real strength looks like. But here's what really broke the internet. Other people started coming forward. Justin visited my sister in the burn unit, someone tweeted. For 6 months. We never knew who it was. She had third-degree burns over 60% of her body. She wanted to die. Then this guy in a hoodie started showing up, playing guitar for her, making her laugh. She's alive today because of him. He came to my brother's cancer ward, said another person. Every time he was in town. Anonymous. My brother was 8 years old, leukemia. Justin would bring him comic books and read them out loud. My brother passed away, but his last year was filled with joy because of those visits. A mother posted a video crying, "My daughter had cerebral palsy. Justin visited her for a year. We thought he was a hospital volunteer. He never said his name, just called himself Jay. When she died, we found a note in her things. It said, 'You taught me that strength isn't about what your body can do. It's about what your heart refuses to quit. Love, Jay.'" A nurse at St. Mary's did an interview. Justin visited 12 different patients over 3 years. Different nights, different kids, all long-term patients, all struggling. He asked us to never tell anyone. He said if it became news, it would ruin the connection. People couldn't believe it. This wasn't a one-time PR stunt. This was a pattern, a lifestyle. Justin finally responded in a video. He was in his studio, red eyes, no makeup. "I didn't want to talk about this," he said. "Daniel made me promise to keep it private, but now that he's gone and the world knows, I need to say something." Justin took a deep breath. "When I was at my lowest point, when I was struggling with depression and addiction, someone told me, 'You'll never be happy until you make someone else's life better.' And I didn't understand what that meant until I met Daniel. Every Wednesday when I sat with him, when I saw him smile, when he told me about the things he was learning, the YouTube channel he was building, that was my therapy. He saved me more than I could ever save him." Justin's voice cracked. "And now he's gone. And I feel like I lost my anchor. But I know what he'd want me to do." 2 weeks later, Justin announced the Daniel Chen Foundation. Its mission: to provide free technology, education, and mental health support for paralyzed young adults. "Daniel showed me that being trapped in your body doesn't mean being trapped in your life," Justin said at the launch. "And every kid deserves the chance he had." Lisa spoke at the event. Thousands of people were watching. "Justin gave my son 2 more years of hope," she said. "He didn't do it for fame. He did it because he has a heart bigger than any stage. Daniel loved you, Justin, and so do I." Today, the Daniel Chen Foundation has helped over 500 paralyzed young adults. They provide adaptive laptops, voice-controlled software, online education, and weekly video check-ins with mentors. One recipient, 19-year-old Marcus from Detroit, posted, "I got paralyzed in a car accident last year. The foundation gave me everything I needed to finish high school. Now I'm taking online college classes. Daniel and Justin saved my life without ever meeting me." And every Wednesday, Justin still visits St. Mary's Hospital. Different patients now, still at 2 a.m., still anonymous. A new nurse asked him once, "Mr. Bieber, why don't you visit during the day? Get some publicity for the foundation?" Justin smiled. Because the kids don't need Justin Bieber, the celebrity. They need someone who sees them, really sees them. And that works better in the quiet. In Daniel's hospital room, now converted to a teen lounge for long-term patients, there's a plaque. Daniel Chen, 2006-2024. He taught us that hope doesn't need an audience, it just needs someone who shows up. If this incredible story moved you, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to remember that real kindness happens in the quiet moments. Have you ever been there for someone when nobody was watching? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to turn on notifications because more amazing true stories are coming.